Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another new movie review. Today we are talking about Mom and Dad. Really quick though, before I get into anything else, I want to give a huge shout out to new creepy patron peep Kelly Ann, aka Lily Spider on Instagram, which is where I first talked to Kelly. So thank you so much for your support of my channel, Ghoul. I really do appreciate it, and thank you to all of my other creepy patron peeps as well. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Written and directed by Brian Taylor, Mom and Dad follow teenager Carly and her little brother Josh, who must survive a crazy day during which the parents of the world turn violently on their own kids. So jumping right into it, this movie is batshit crazy, but it works for the movie. I feel like it has to, given the subject matter, because it does get dark. And I mean, when you think about it, just like in general, it's a dark concept. And the movie does take it to some dark places, which I'll get into in a little bit. I feel like the movie was almost kind of born of that quintessential parental phrase that I brought you into this world and I can take you out, and it's almost like it's almost like Brian Taylor thought of that and then just turned that into a movie form, literally taking their children out of this world. I don't know if I missed it, because when I was trying to watch it, YouTube kept buffering and freezing and shit, and it was getting annoying. But I don't think anyone said that phrase in the movie, and I'm extremely disappointed because I feel like that was a missed opportunity. Anyways, though, I thought the movie was well written in terms of plot. Over the course of the day, you get to see a whole bunch of different situations, with the SAT thing, the children at school, and they set up really well the pregnant aunt in the movie. So you're gonna get a hospital scene with newborns, which is where the movie really gets dark, when the when the aunt gives birth and then she's holding her child, and then the whole thing with the TV static happens, and then she starts squeezing, and oh. And then of course, since we're in the hospital, you get that image of all the new dads standing there looking into that room that all the newborns are always kept in, or whatever. I don't know how that works, but that's a really dark and menacing scene as well also. So I like that they added it, and like I said, it was the darkest moment of the film and I hated it, so therefore I loved it. It was really effective.
This thing's up.
I also liked how well they divided, the movie between the kids and the parents, because given the summary of the movie and the trailers and stuff, you kind of just assume that it's going to follow the children and them trying to survive their parents killing them. That's what my assumption of the movie was, but there was plenty of time given to the parents. It kind of gives a reason without giving a reason for why they're doing this. So there is this flashback scene where the mom and dad, Kendall and Brent, are venting their frustrations on how their whole lives revolve being a mom and a dad as opposed to just being themselves. And I guess maybe the movie is trying to pose a question, do all parents, even if it's just a minuscule amount, resent being parents? I don't know if that's the question that the director is trying to pose, but you understand it a little bit, and it's almost trying to kind of offer an explanation or something, maybe they're suggesting since that little nugget is there in every parent, that's how they're able to be brainwashed or whatever's happening. So I guess that'll segue nicely into what I didn't like about the movie, which was I was disappointed by the ending because of the lack of explanation as to what is happening, because clearly they're being brainwashed, because there's something going on with TV static or some sort of signal, because I don't know, that's what I was just gleaning from the whole birth scene, because the mom is holding the newborn and she clearly doesn't want to kill it, and then the TV goes all staticky, you see her body language shift, and then all of a sudden she goes into the murderous rage and starts trying to squeeze her newborn. So there's clearly some sort of brainwashing going on, but they don't explain anything. Understand that they're being brainwashed somehow, but you don't know exactly how or why or anything like that. And it was a little bit disappointing. I feel like it could have been something as easy as, like, you know, you end the movie out with like a news broadcast where they're giving an explanation or something like that. You know what I mean? That they end it with just like Kendall and Brent being tied up in the basement and their kids are just like sat there in the room with them. I don't know, it almost just felt like they didn't know how to end the movie, and so it was just kind of like we're just gonna abruptly end it. I don't know, it was a little bit disappointing.
What's going on?
Also, speaking of the parents, I know a lot of you out there are fans of Crazy Cage, and that's rad. But for me, Crazy Nick Cage walks a very thin line. Like I can easily like I'll like his performance, but I can easily just like get too much of it and, you know, not enjoy it anymore, if that makes sense. There are parts where I thought he was really funny and entertaining, and then parts that I found just extremely irritating with his character, not his performance or anything. I mean, between this one and Mandy, like the whole like crazy like physical performances, like I feel like he's nailing. It's the character that I'm not a fan of in this movie. I just don't like understand his behavior fully. Like, so like with the flashback where he's talking to Josh about how he bought his car from his dad and shit like that, and how they keep flashing to like him driving with like the girl's titties in his face and stuff. Like, I was just like, and then the whole part where he smashed, like where he's smashing the pool table with the sledgehammer and he's singing the hokey pokey.
You take your right foot out, you do the hokey pokey, and you...
That was before shit went down. That was before he was, you know, trying to kill his kids. Like, he was already crazy. Maybe it just went over my head. I don't know. I get that he misses being young and all that. Like, I get that. But he is a little bit cuckoo before all the rest of the parents go cuckoo. Ultimately, though, was Mom and Dad worth watching? Definitely. I think it's I definitely think it's something worth watching, because even if like the ending is disappointing or whatever, the rest of the movie is just like a fun ride. Like, it's fun to watch. I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 5. On IMDb it has a 5.5 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes it has a 74% critic score and a 33% audience score, and on Letterboxd it has a 2.9 out of 5. So kind of all over the place. I watched this movie on YouTube, so I'll leave a link to rent it in the description. That is not an affiliate link. It's not available on Amazon, which I would have rather watched it on, because YouTube kept crashing on me. It sucked. Anyways, though, if you've already seen Mom and Dad, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video, even though it doesn't always work. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!